Hidden wonders few ever see. Some of the most beautiful places on Earth aren't famous at all, hidden deep in remote forests, perched on isolated mountains, or tucked away along coastlines few people ever reach. For generations, these places have remained untouched, shaped only by wind, water, and time. Most travelers will never see them. Today, we're exploring some of the world's best-kept secrets, places so extraordinary, you'll wonder how they stayed hidden for so long. Pylon del Diablo. Pylon del Diablo is known as one of the strongest waterfalls in the Andes, with water dropping from about 260 to 300 feet, creating huge pressure and constant mist. Its force comes from high mountain meltwater, allowing the flow to reach about 40,000 to 55,000 gallons each second and stay powerful all year. The surrounding terrain is shaped by basalt formed at least 1 to 2 million years ago, creating steep rock walls and deep, rugged valleys. Continuous moisture covers more than 70% of the rock surfaces, with moss lichens and ferns forming a thick green layer. The waterfall produces sound levels above 90 decibels and often creates rainbows in the morning because of the heavy spray. The close contact with the falling water and the light ground vibration create a memorable experience for anyone facing this natural force. Tugela Falls. Tugela Falls is known as one of the tallest waterfalls on Earth, with a total height of about 3,110 feet, formed by 5 connected drops. During the rainy season, its flow can rise sharply and reach almost 50,000 gallons per minute, creating echoes that stretch across the deep valley. In the 19th century, explorers described it as a step-by-step falling column, showing a layered structure unlike a single straight waterfall. Many traditional communities believe the mist carries messages from the sky because the sound can travel more than 6 miles under the right conditions. On windy days, more than 70% of the water turns into mist, making the falls almost disappear, especially during dry periods. Yet one short rain, lasting about 20 minutes, can bring the full waterfall back, instantly creating a dramatic moment. Many triers consider one of South Africa's greatest experiences. Avona ice cap. Oster appears as a massive ancient ice cap spanning thousands of square miles, where ice thicker than 2,600 feet has accumulated over hundreds of thousands of years. Standing before an ice wall stretching to the horizon creates a feeling of meeting Earth's most primal force, where time and space merge into absolute silence. Coastal walls, rising 60 to 90 feet, form towering white cliffs, where collapsing ice sends echoes across the frozen sea. Beneath the compressed blue layers lies enough stored water to raise global sea levels by several inches if it were to melt completely. Deep ice cores preserve ancient air bubbles from the last ice age, turning Astana into a climatic black box that records tens of thousands of years of atmospheric history. From above, mile-long fractures and massive ice waves reveal continuous movement across the surface, shaped by the natural forces of the Arctic. Gao Yi Ling. Yiling stands out with steep red Dangia slopes in Hunan, where its mountain setting creates a landscape that is instantly recognizable. The red sandstone terrain shows deep cuts and bare surfaces shaped by long tectonic uplift and strong erosion that define the area. Its foundation began as an ancient sediment basin, where thick layers of red sand and gravel preserve traces of early environments. For local residents, Gao Yi Ling was once only grazing hills until social media spread images of knife-edge ridges and red-blue lakes, turning it into a new source of income for transport, homes, and food services. The site spans about 7 square miles with forest cover near 95%, creating a sharp contrast between red rock and green vegetation. Narrow ridges only a few feet wide, and its rapid rise as a destination highlight how people connect with rare geological landscapes. Sotra. Sotra is an isolated island in the Indian Ocean, where more than 20 million years of separation created a landscape that feels dramatically different from the rest of Earth. Its exceptional endemism, with over 300 unique plant species and nearly 90% of reptiles found nowhere else, forms a natural evolutionary laboratory. Many species preserve ancient genetic traits from past climate eras, giving the island organisms shapes and structures unlike anything on other continents. The dragon's blood trees with wide, disc-shaped crowns optimize shade and make the region resemble a botanical community from another planet. Numerous plants and animals show survival patterns shaped by extreme dryness and long-term environmental isolation across millions of years. With its geological separation and unmatched biological uniqueness, Sotra offers travelers the vivid feeling of entering a world operating outside familiar natural logic. Mount Fanjing. At Mount Fanjing, located in Guizhou, China, and rising above 8,430 feet, you will see massive, isolated rock pillars standing like sky markers amid clouds and drifting mist. Huge stone formations emerging from ancient forest and rolling fog turn the summit into a rare landmark shaped between earth and sky. Multi-layered clouds passing across the cliffs make visitors feel as if they are floating in mid-air beyond ordinary perception. The UNESCO protected zone spans more than 219 square miles, preserving ancient ecosystems and rare metamorphic rock unchanged for millions of years. With spiritual ties to Maitra, the mountain has long been a place where seekers look for silence, clarity, and personal awakening. Its sheer rock faces, merging with dense, drifting clouds, create the impression of a summit breaking away from the earth, offering an unforgettable visual experience for any visitor. Fueta Ventura. If you seek a raw, primordial landscape, Fueta Ventura is the oldest island in the Canary chain, with drought-carved volcanic terrain and red, black, yellow surfaces resembling a Martian field. Its geological age of more than 20 million years exposes deep, eroded layers, revealing ancient volcanic cores rarely seen on younger islands. Positioned along a powerful, dry wind corridor from North Africa, the island experiences intense erosion cycles driven by long-lasting, high-speed air currents. These winds reshape slopes and hard basalt surfaces over decades, producing curved ridges and weathered forms shaped by relentless atmospheric motion. A geomorphology survey in 2022 documented more than 180 fissures longer than 0.6 miles created by severe ground contraction after 30 years of minimal rainfall. A rock belt older than 21 million years has been recognized by UNESCO as a rare stratigraphic archive, making Fueta Ventura a key natural record of Atlantic volcanic origins. Wai-O-Tapu. Wai-O-Tapu Thermal Wonderland opens as a multicolored geothermal zone where heat from magma, about 2 to 3 m deep, warms groundwater into vivid pools, bubbling streams, and constantly active boiling mud. Its reputation comes from rare mineral colors, where sulfur, arsenic, antimony, manganese, iron, and silica tint the surface into strong yellow, red, orange, and green, created by natural chemical reactions. The landscape is unique because more than 20 geothermal features hold water between 120 and 212 degrees F, making each pool shift color based on dissolved minerals. Hot springs release carbon dioxide that forms hundreds of bubbles every second, causing the water surface to move gently and reveal the strong heat flow beneath the crust. Hydrogen sulfide gas creates the clear egg smell, staying mostly low but capable of causing slight dizziness, and remains one of the few gases that escape naturally all year. For visitors, Wai-O-Tapu becomes a rare place to watch heat, minerals, and gas combine to form a living geothermal scene that feels unusual and difficult to believe is real. Lake Pisupok. Lake Pisupok is a rare volcanic freshwater lake in Indonesia, known for its unusual clarity, deep blue color, and surrounding karst limestone that makes the scene feel almost unreal. The water is so clear that people can see the bottom at about 98 feet deep, thanks to very low suspended solids and natural filtration through limestone. Its strong blue tone comes from calcium and magnesium in the limestone, which keep blue light inside the water more than other colors. In local culture, Lake Pisupok is seen as a symbol of purity, linked to many stories about the quiet and mysterious beauty of the deep water. On some rock edges, tiny algae grow in round patches about 2 inches wide, and their density is used to judge how clean the water is. Today, Lake Pyop is a popular place for swimming and free diving because the surface is calm, there are no strong currents, and underwater visibility is extremely clear. Wave Rock. Wave Rock stands out as a giant granite wall about 49 feet high and nearly 360 feet long, shaped like a perfect curling ocean wave in a dry landscape. Its surface formed over roughly 2.7 billion years as rainwater dissolved minerals and created long, natural color bands. In local tradition, this curved formation is seen as the mark of the rainbow serpent, a spirit linked to the creation of rivers and hills. The strong curve makes many visitors feel as if a massive wave, dozens of feet tall, has been frozen at the moment before it collapses. Scientists have identified more than 14 minerals, contributing to the brown, yellow, and black stripes across the rock face. Through its great age, unusual shape, and natural painted colors, Que Viva rock has become a global symbol of how weathering can carve forms that defy geometric logic. Dr. Cataracts creates an instant impact with a vertical drop of about 2,530 feet, making it one of the strongest natural waterfalls on Earth. Geological studies show that its water comes from seasonal rain and underground sources flowing over sedimentary rock formed millions of years ago. Its late international recognition in 2002 adds value because such a massive landscape remained untouched for so long. Strong winds can push the upper flow sideways for hundreds of feet, making the falling water look like a shifting liquid curtain in the air. Sound carrying for more than 1 mile, together with steep, rocky walls, gives cataracts a powerful sense of scale and raw natural force. Ball's Pyramid is a giant volcanic rock spire about 1,844 feet high and less than 984 feet wide, rising almost vertically from the Pacific Ocean, and known for its sharp peak and extreme isolation. This rock mass is the remnant of an ancient volcano that emerged from a sea floor nearly 2,000 feet deep, forming a narrow triangular pillar with almost no flat surfaces to stand on. Even though the volcano is extinct, waves and ocean winds still erode it slowly, and each decade, new cracks, broken pieces, and small gullies appear on its steep faces. From the 1980s to the 1990s, climbing Ball's Pyramid was completely banned and only reopened under strict permits after more than 2 decades, making it one of the most tightly protected rock formations in Australia. In 2001, scientists unexpectedly rediscovered the insect species Drio, once believed lost for more than 80 years, surviving only in a single rock crevice beneath a rare shrub. Ball's Pyramid is closed to mass tourism and receives only specially approved research teams, so it remains almost perfectly untouched and stands as a symbol of natural power existing far from everyday human life. It Basin Canyon, a massive continental incision dropping nearly 2,360 feet and stretching about 6 miles along the plateau. From the rim, you see forest waterfalls and fog merging inside a vertical abyss, reminding anyone how small human scale truly is. Its knife-straight walls result from erosion rates of only about 20 feet per million years, proving extraordinary stability in ancient rock. The stream at the bottom is compressed between near-vertical walls, forming a sequence of waterfalls and rapids shaped by long-term trapped energy. Sitting around 4,600 feet, the canyon holds a rare transition ecosystem where cool highland climate meets mixed forest and grassland. It Basin stands as a powerful reminder that nature can carve continents into permanent lines, showing how brief human time is beside geological time. Mount Popa is a lone volcanic mass rising from the plains of Myanmar about 4,981 feet high and now seen as an important pilgrimage site. This volcano formed more than 250,000 years ago, leaving a solid magma core and exposed basalt and trachyte layers that reveal its eruption history. Its height, near 5,000 feet, and porous rock structure create their own climate layers and allow Mount Popa to store millions of gallons of groundwater each year. Religious buildings use the steep rock faces directly as foundations, so the structures seem to cling to the volcanic cliffs and merge with the land. A strong temperature contrast between base and summit often produces small local clouds wrapping around the volcano even when the wider sky stays completely clear. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people climb from the hot plains to the cool summit of Mount Popa to pray for peace and feel protected by an ancient mountain.